Good morning, my friends. Hello, PlayStation Nation.
Hello, PlayStation Nation.
How are you all doing? Hello, welcome. Did I Ben XT too hard last night? You bet your bloody ass I did. Morning. Good morning, everyone.
Ben.
Ben.
My dude. How are you? How's your day going? It's Ben Potter PlayStation Nation stream time. Hope you are having an awesome day, my dude.
Thank you very much, Stephen, for the bits. Thank you. Good morning. I am having a good day so far. Thank you very much. Of course, this stream is a collaborative stream with voice actor Tobias Weatherburn. We're having some technical difficulties. We've been sort of trying to get things working for about an hour and a half now. We're attempting to use Twitch's own built-in stream together functionality. We've never used it before. We thought we had it working, but unfortunately Tobias has run into some problems with his streaming software, so he's having to restart his computer. Hopefully, in a second, when we go to the gameplay, we'll be sorted. We'll be good. But for now, it's me. Morning. Technical issues on a Confused Dude stream. Say it ain't so. Well, that's what I reassured Tobias with. I said, don't worry, no matter how fucked up it gets, the people are accustomed to it. So, yeah, anyway, that's what we're planning on doing. We tried to use Discord, it broke. We tried to use Steam to play Human Fall Flat, it broke. We're now playing on PlayStation. My PlayStation Plus had run out. I had to buy more PlayStation Plus. It's been a whole thing. But we're hoping that once Tobias goes live on his channel, we'll be able to come together. And you know that bit on the side? So you may have seen it, actually, on Twitch, where, like, there's someone's face and then below it there's another person's face. Because they're together.
Please distract me from my frail decaying carcass of a body funny internet man.
Well, I don't know about funny, but internet man is certainly that. Oh, Narugan, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better soon. Thank you for the bits. I'll do my best to distract you this morning. We're going to be playing some Human Fall Flat, which is inherently weird. It is one of my favourite genres, that being the Jelly Baby genre, of course. In that, I think there's also Gang Beasts, another prominent member of the Jelly Baby Man genre where you sort of wobble around. So, hope you feel better soon, though. You don't want to be sick. That's terrible. But yes, we've got some questions for Tobias about the various things that the various games that he's been in and his job as a voice actor, both in video games and outside of it. Thank you, everyone who submitted a question. So we'll be getting onto those momentarily.
Ben Potter H confused sottolineatura dude is best.
Wow, that was exciting, wasn't it? What a journey! Thank you, Stephen, for the bits and the and the nice sentiment. Even though I still don't actually believe you. I don't actually believe you. Punto punto. Ben, are you thinking of playing Metal Gear Solid Delta when it comes out next month? Possibly. To be honest, it's not even on my radar at the moment. Metal Gear Solid 3, I think, is probably my favourite of the Metal Gear games, but I don't feel very excited for it. And is that a me problem? Am I the only one that's just sort of not really feeling that excited about many games that are coming out at the moment? It's probably just me. I'm looking forward to Borderlands 4, though. That went gold this week, which is very promising because it's not out for another month and a half or so. Which is great after the very promising previews as well. So I'm looking forward to Borderlands. But MGS3, I don't know. I don't really feel anything. I'm sure it'll get great reviews. I'd like to play it at some point, but it's not on my immediate radar. So, no, I played the best Metal Gear Solid game released in 2025 already, thanks. That being, of course, Death Stranding 2, I imagine. Naturally. Now, a reminder that I will be streaming on Sunday as well. We're going to be doing a little bonus stream because I'm away next week, so we're going to be fitting in another stream on Sunday afternoon. That's at 1 p.m, I believe. Good morning, James. How you doing? How are you doing? Lovely to see you. Happy Thursday to you all. Cabbage Toast, thank you for the subscribe. Welcome to the thickness. Cabbage Toast, please get those toes seen to. It's not natural. You shouldn't have cabbages there. So, yeah, it is. It's literally a Sunday fun day. It is. Wait, you're away next week? Yeah. I mean, no, I'm not. I'll be around all week as per usual. I've not been warning you for probably too much. I've not been warning you way too much. So, but yes, just waiting on Tobias now. Just want to make sure that he's back and set up, and then we'll be able to do Jelly Baby stuff together. So I'm not padding for time, but we're just going to hang out for a moment while we wait for technical difficulties to clear. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. You know how codependent we are, Ben. Well, I hope you'll get through it. The week will fly by. You've got James Jenkins there. He'll be streaming next week. You can go hang out with James, if indeed you're not already hanging out with James, and you should. So, James will take good care of you. Is that Red Thunder, Ben? I didn't even address it. Yeah, this is my delicious 42p Aldi sugar-free Red Thunder Aldi drink from Aldi. So, it's getting me going first thing in the morning. I hope you're doing well, man, and not suffering from Ben XT-related antics. Well, I mean, I definitely have the Ben XT voice this morning, which is just part and parcel, but it's fine because, I don't have to get up and drive a car to commute to an office, or indeed get on a bicycle and cycle to an office. I have to go downstairs, open the door to let Pippa out, and then I come back upstairs, and I get to do it all over again. I might have to actually do something productive next week. Perish the thought. That sounds terrible. I'm really sorry to hear that. I feel like I've missed a lot of lore after missing most of last week and the beginning of this week. Oh God, does it move that fast? Are we developing our own language in here? I'd love to catch you up if you have any specific questions, or at least I'll try. Nintendo Showcase this afternoon. Absolutely, yeah. That's at 2 p.m., isn't it? So this is going to be a 2-hour stream. So we'll be finishing up at 1. I do have stuff I need to do. Do I do another stream this week? We're already on track for 7 streams. Do we do 8 streams this week? And I stream reactions to the Nintendo Showcase? I may not put it up as a VOD. I might just, like yesterday morning's little stream, just do it here. But I don't know.
Good
maybe.
Good morning, Ban. And happy almost Friday, thick boys and girls and others.
Alison the Human Maybe, thank you very much for the bits there. Appreciate it. Good morning to you as well. I was confused by EE Tim the other week. Lord knows what madness you guys have concocted now. Do you know who EE Tim is now? That was not invented by me. That was chat decided to call him EE Tim. It took me a minute to work out what they meant. And for that reason, we can never have P time in regular vision again. As, look, this is going to alarm some of you. We're going to go to the P time screen, and I'm going to use the normal one. You ready? Who is that man? I don't know that man. That's not my Tim. Hashtag not my Tim. Completely different dude. Yeah, it's not wide enough. It's weird, isn't it? We can never use the normal video now. It's got to be wide every time. Yeah. So, there we are. Hey, James, what are you doing this afternoon? Do you want to react to the Nintendo Showcase with me? I'm just making more work for myself. Just inventing more things to do. As if I don't already have enough things to do. Unwide Tim is a heathen. Well, he still cleans toilets wrong, let me tell you that much. Okay, Tobias is sending us a message now. Let's see if he's made some oh no. Okay. So Streamlabs is not wanting to go live, so I'm thinking maybe I just jump in the audio and we just chat on your stream and I won't go live. Okay, so we're going to be hosting Tobias. Tobias will not be going live. We're not doing a co-stream. But he will be here and we will play games together. Let me just respond to him. Okay. Oh, you were going to be Frenching around with Expedition 33. That's French for Trente-Trois. Well, no worries. If you've already got plans, that's fine. I might do reactions this afternoon. I don't know. I don't know yet. Right, let's see if we can get Tobias in here. We're going to go over to the game now. There we are. Hopefully that's working. And let me just see if I can get him. He's not in the browser call yet. But when he is, we will be able to hear him. Cross those fingies, everyone. Expedition punto punto. Absolutely. Thank you for bearing with, everyone. We really have tried our very best to use the functionality that Twitch has provided to us to stream together, and it has failed us at every turn. So we're just going to do an old faithful, by which I mean you'll be able to hear Tobias but not see him. And he won't be streaming as well. So Twitch, it just works. To be honest, it's that this is an unfamiliar feature that neither of us have used before, so we're not entirely sure how it works. And also, we've run into a lot of technical issues this morning that are unrelated to Twitch. So it's sort of just been a conspiring amalgamation of factors that have decided that it doesn't want to work. Stephen, thank you for the punto bits. I appreciate it. I love this game. My gaming husband selfishly moved across the country, so whenever he is home, we play whatever new levels have been released. Oh, amazing! Honestly, I think that I've played the start of this game maybe 2 or 3 times. James and I, Mr. Jenkins and I streamed this game once. I remember because we were listening to Limp Bizkit midis while we were doing it. There's Tobias, by the way. Hello, Tobias.
Hello.
Tobias is here. How you doing, man?
I love technology.
It's working well for you this morning, isn't it?
It's doing wonders. For some reason, hello everyone, Streamlabs just doesn't want to do anything. So I'm just going to be here in voice only.
Well, you are well trained in that capacity, so it's,
luckily,
it's a good capacity to have you in. Oh, what can I do? Oh, L2 and R2. There we are. So, would you mind talking us through briefly the mountains that you've had to overcome this morning?
Oh, what mountains haven't I? So basically, chat. Steam decided it would open and be online, but then not be online. So I couldn't actually get through to Ben through Steam. So that's where that went away. And then changed the PlayStation, and then it was fine. But then Streamlabs decided, no, I don't want you to be able to chat through Twitch and stream at the same time. So it's basically been apps deciding nothing wants to work, which is nice.
It's really nice, and it's a shame that we can't do. I was just telling them about the wonderful idea that is streamed together on Twitch. But at least we're still able to play, and we're still able to hang out
in these little lovely lads.
Yes, the lovely lads will go. So, Tobias, you are a voice actor. You are known for your roles in Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, and most recently in Game of Thrones Kingsroad. And I went into the audience and I asked them if they had any questions, and so I'm going to sort of sprinkle them in. And I thought maybe we'd start with one from Iron. Are you ready for it? Oh my God!
I'm ready.
Jesus!
I didn't expect the big
What did you
screen
do?
to open up.
He doesn't want to answer the questions.
Whenever you're lost,
He's distracting us.
Look around for such remotes.
It just
Ask away.
It just stopped. What? Did you throw yourself off the ledge? Where did you go?
I'm back.
Oh, no, he's back. Okay, there we are. It's fine. Everything's fine. So Iron says, more of a personal question than general VA related, but what has been your favourite role/work to date, or which are you the most proud of?
Ooh, that's a very nice question. I would say, actually, outside of games, there is an audio drama called Camlan, which is about a group of queer friends in the apocalypse, basically, which is the world ends, but if you have a namesake, you become that person. So if someone is named Arthur, they are now King Arthur, basically. So it's very sort of medieval Arthurian fantasy. And I think it was an indie project that just connected with quite a large audience.
Nice.
And still means quite a lot to quite a few people, which, bizarrely, we're now doing a live show of in
amazing.
September, I think, at the London Podcast Festival.
He's picked up the remote.
I grabbed it again. This is my brain going, I need to do something.
What can I do? I'm going to pick up the noise-making button.
Oh, is it making noise? This is the thing now. I'm not hearing audio on my end.
Oh, are you?
Because it's going through Streamlabs.
Oh.
But I suppose if in game capacity, it would be Warhammer, because I think it's just a ridiculous character to get to voice, and I love the world of Warhammer just for how ridiculous everything is. And my character is the pious zealot.
Oh, nice.
So we had a comparison recently, myself and Shogami Akita, who voices Straban in the game, and our lines, we all have exactly the same amount of lines to record, but I have, I think, almost 300 more words than him each time.
Right.
Because it becomes a thing of me going, yes, there is a beautiful lift over there. We must activate it for the Emperor. And then he goes, we should get the lift. Just the difference in the characters is vast.
So how did that come about then? Because that's a big meaty game. That's a really sort of significant title. Not to downplay anything else you've done, of course, but
No.
like, how did that come about?
In a very strange fashion, because technically it's the first game I ever did.
Oh, okay.
Which is bizarre. I basically, long story short, I made my own voice reel.
Yes.
Because this will possibly come up in other questions, but there are people that will offer you voice reel services, and I think they charge ridiculous money for people wanting to start in the industry, and it is not accessible financially for a lot of people. And I do not.
Oh. I think we've lost Tobias there. Hello, Tobias. Are you still with us, or has something else broken now? Just cursed.
And sort of sent it out to agents. Oh.
Hello. I lost you there for a second.
But there we go. So yeah, made it, sent it out to agents, and then luckily got an agent and did some auditions, and that was the first one I booked.
That's amazing.
Bizarrely. Prior to that, I did do a game when I first graduated from drama school in 2015, but it was cancelled,
No.
which was Fable Legends.
Was it really? That's amazing.
Which was a lot of fun because I played the barber and the surgeon, who was one Welshman pretending to be twin brothers.
Do you get paid twice as much? I've always wondered.
Oh, I wish. I wish.
Oh, that's so cool, though. That's a shame. It must be a sort of. I mean, you do. I assume you still get paid, but it must be very disappointing to sort of pour your heart and soul into a character and then never be able to see it.
Yeah. Oh, that was such a dramatic jump.
I know. I asked that question and then just threw myself out.
Yeah, it is. It's a strange thing because a lot of the time you'll never find out because everything you end up working on, you don't technically know until it's out because Space Marine, for instance, was under a project name.
Right.
So it'd be called like Project Damascus or Project Iron, so you never actually know what it is until you start working on it, which
Okay.
when it came to the audition, there were words in the script where I was like, that's Warhammer, because it said Tyranids. I'm like, that can't be anything else.
Right.
So I kind of understood what I was auditioning for, but a lot of the time you will not know if a game you're in has been cancelled because it won't have been announced and they won't have spoken about it. There's been 2 games I've done that will not see the light of day, which is only because I went into those studios to work on a different game. They're like, yep, no, that's been cancelled.
Oh no. Oh, that's such a shame. It's such a bizarre situation. I suppose that must. I mean, it's obviously happened to you a couple of times, but it must happen relatively frequently because that. I mean, I suppose it all comes down to at what point in the development process they're using placeholder lines or they start to implement. They need the real performances in there to match up facial animations and things like that.
Yeah, it's a strange one, and sadly, it seems to be becoming more and more of a thing because I think studios understand tax write-offs now.
Oh no!
And like with the Coyote v Acme movie, if anyone knows about that, which has now been refunded and is going to come out.
Right.
Not refunded, but someone bought the rights. But yeah, so often they'd sort of go like, if we don't release it, actually we won't lose money. It's like, oh, that's a shame.
That is a shame. Oh my god. Is this what I have to, I'm a bit. I don't know what we're meant to do. I think I'm just Oh, okay, yeah. I just threw myself at it, and that seemed to work.
Fine,
so that's fine.
Oh, if I move it sideways, there we go.
Nice. And you were in. You did a couple of auditions this morning, didn't you? Before we.
Yes.
Before
yeah.
we
Which.
went live.
Yeah, the joys of, as we were saying before, streams. Some of them like, yeah, you've got a week, have a think about the character, try and work on it. And other ones go, can you get this to us in the next hour or two? It's like, okay, sure, yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
It's been so long since I've played this game.
yeah, me too. I think honestly, the last time I did play it was with James Jenkins, who was in the chat there briefly back at TripleJump. We played it for a stream, and I don't think I've touched it since then. But yeah. Oh, okay. Actually, I think I know what I'm going to do. I think maybe if you go up on top of that ledge there, and I drag this over, and then
right,
you hop. There we go, toddling about.
The walking of these characters. I know that my character is supposed to be wearing a hard hat, but to me it looks like a flat cap.
It does, doesn't it? And I'm still not entirely sure why I'm dressed this way.
Is it Heisenberg? Are you supposed to be Heisenberg?
It looks a bit like that, doesn't it? I can't actually look at him from the front because he always turns away, and I don't know how I put these clothes on, and that's it. And that's it. So, but yes, that was something I wanted to ask you. Actually, it's just how, you know, is it all in one go that you get these? Is it sort of you? What am I trying to say? I've fallen over my words here. Like waiting for a bus, and then, you know, like 3 or 4 come along at once, or what have you, in terms of auditions, or is it a steady trickle of them?
It varies massively. I think similarly. So prior to working in games, I came from more of a theatre background, and I think it was one of those things where you would have seasonal work. Like if you were somebody that was with Panto, you know, Christmas time would be when everything would come in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think similarly, it sort of goes through peaks and troughs of when things are going into development. And I think a lot of that is, just using you as the ledge.
This will work, I'm sure.
That's fine. Is there a pull-up button?
I think if you mash X, maybe, you sort of jump.
As I throttle you, that's not working.
I did manage to skirt around, and now I've got myself well and truly stuck.
I think
Sorry, do carry on.
The gang beasts logic of, well, if I keep climbing, no,
yes,
that's not this game.
Just pull yourself up.
But yeah, so there is sort of peaks and troughs of work coming in and things being made, which I think is, you know, monetary and funding strands, and when things get put through, and whether things make it past the vertical slice stage.
Yeah.
Which, to anyone listening doesn't know, that's basically the term for R&D of a game. So like the demo phase that they will show to investors and go, please let us make this.
Yeah.
And it'll either have voice actors or a scratch track or something. This is the most long-winded answer to your question in the world that I've forgotten what the original question was.
So these I was asking about the sort of the regularity of auditions becoming available, that kind of stuff.
Yes. And I think so. There was a long quiet period during the strike in America,
right,
where just a lot of stuff wasn't coming through, and part of that was studios understanding and going, okay, no, we agree with the strike, we're not going to make certain things. Other parts of that was agencies and actors in the UK going, well, no, in solidarity, we're not going to take work away from American voice actors just because they're on strike. And I think some of it, again, depends on your relationship with studios, or if or with a casting director, where if you've worked with them previously, or if you've auditioned before and they went, oh, I don't think you're right for this role, but I'd like to audition you for something else in future.
Yeah.
You get seen for more and more and more, I think. So it is about building up, and I suppose I'm at a point in my career where I get more than I used to, I think. Yeah, I think that's the answer to the question. I think.
Well, Molly in the chat asks, how has AI impacted the industry up to now? I've heard of VAs hearing their own voices replicated instead of them re-recording.
It's... do you have language on your streams?
Yes. Oh, yeah, you swear away. Go for it.
Good. AI can fuck off.
Yes.
It is shit. I will say this with the caveat of, I think there are aspects of AI which can be very useful for certain things. For instance, I think there's a lot of accessibility things it can be useful for. So obviously if you're visually impaired, or if you have hearing impairment, there are elements of AI that can be useful for like talkback and things like that of meetings that, you know, if you couldn't attend it and you need it fed back to you, you know, it can be used in a good way. But I think the way that it is used predominantly is replacing people, not just voice actors, but multiple different things in the industry, animators, devs, and I hate it. And I think the issue is on the voice acting side, a lot of it is taking basically entry-level jobs away. So a lot of studios that maybe don't have the budget or can't afford to pay voice actors to begin with will use AI because it doesn't cost them anything. But then they just start using that more and more. So those jobs that you might start off with, I need to work out how to move this over to you. Those ones you might start off with in the industry and build up to get bigger roles are basically being taken away because it's cheaper to use AI or it's easier to use AI. So
Yeah.
it's harder than ever really to get into the industry, I think. And also just, like you said, replicating voices, it being used in ways that are really horrible in a lot of ways. Like I've heard of voice actors having their voices cloned and used for sexually explicit material and really horrible material that they will just find online and be like, oh, that's my voice, that's not okay.
God.
Because there's just no regulations or laws around it or anything at the moment, and
So
I don't
do
know
you
when
see
that's going
that?
to change.
Do you see that getting worse, or are, you know, with the strikes and so on, are moves being made to hopefully create lasting change around that?
I do think there is movement happening. I'm seeing a lot more in contracts that there are AI riders and AI regulations being put in. So I think studios are trying to work against it. But it's the really strange thing where a lot of the time it's not even the creatives' decisions. It's board members, it's funders, it's, you know, it's taking the creativity out of jobs and going, yes, but if we do this, it will save us this much money. But yeah, I do think there are changes happening, and I think it will get better, but I think it's one of those things. I think it will probably get a bit worse before it gets better.
Right. What's it going to take? Like what is the point that it sort of jumps the shark, as it were, where everyone agrees, okay, this is officially too much now?
I think if they start doing this entire game is AI.
Right.
Because I have seen the thing that I was surprised by was that the general public just sort of went, no, we don't like this.
Yeah.
Quite quickly, because I know there were people putting videos online of, you know, AI animated stuff or AI voice stuff, and people actually just going, no, that feels weird, that feels wrong. So I think it's going to be the consumer market that changes it to then make it implemented for those working in it, if that makes sense.
But then you also get, you know, old dads who just can't tell that it's fake. I was being told an anecdote recently about, there was an ELO concert that a friend of mine went to, and he went with his dad, and apparently, even though it's the good move, even though it's the Electric Light Orchestra, and presumably they've got a fair bit of money, they had these huge, dreadful, tacky looking generative AI videos up on screen. And my friend was saying you could basically, like, the equivalent of, you could see the strings. It looked shit. But all of these, like, 60-year-olds who are fans of Electric Light Orchestra were just like, that's amazing. It looks incredible.
Yeah. It's very weird. It does seem to be, from what I've seen, a lot of the older generation either not being aware of it or not registering it. And just sort of, I mean, it reminds me a little bit of being a kid, and I don't know if you ever watched the Polar Express.
Oh, God, yeah, the Uncanny Valley faces.
Yeah, but being a kid and being like, oh, that looks amazing, not really questioning it. And generations of, like, mums and dads from that period, even now, my dad will go, but remember the Polar Express? That was a huge leap in technology. I was like,
it was incredible.
Was it?
It was haunting.
Was it?
It's the scariest movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
It is. Every time I look back on it now, I'm like, why were we fascinated by this? It's horrible.
Yeah, really is. James in the chat asks, how many times have you auditioned for game roles based on that vertical slice that ended up not being released?
Ooh. I think there are think I've done 4 vertical slices so far in the last 3 years that have not been released. But I don't know, because there's always the chance as well that vertical slice gets renamed and recast. Because obviously there are times where in the development process they might be like, actually, we think this voice would work better, or...
Yeah.
Oh, little chirping.
Yeah, she's here. She's got opinions as well.
I think I need to give you this box. Which I'm gonna
Where's that?
stand on this button so you can get it.
Oh, yeah, I've got a button here too. Is that open?
Ah, there we go.
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, if you stand on that button, I'll come and Pippa, will you stop it? So, forgive me for perhaps being a little crass and just asking you questions about money, but I'm assuming that the sort of pay for a vertical slice is significantly lower than you would get for like the role if it were then carried over into the full game.
No, it's a standard rate generally,
Okay.
Where you're paid hourly. I think the variation is that you don't get a buyout.
Right.
Does that button on the other side?
Oh,
open
I
this
think
time?
I know what I need to do, actually. There's another box in here that I probably need to stand on this box to get, and then you can take your box back.
But yeah, I think the difference is in vertical slices, there's no buyout because you're not being paid for the product to be released.
Yeah.
Ah, perfect. So I think that's really the difference, that there's no buyout, or you're not getting money for the actual game, it's just for the work you've done on the voice.
And could you explain what a buyout is?
So a buyout is the thing that has sadly replaced royalties, where basically the buyout is basically going, okay, we will pay you this set amount of money for us to own your voice in this game, basically. Right. So they have the rights to take your voice, put it in the game, sell as many copies of the game, and you don't get any money from that, and you don't have any claim to that.
I see.
Whereas in the 90s and everything, same with music, it was like, well, you'll get however much for each play of this on air, or each copy of this sold, you would get that.
Gotcha.
So
they just give you a flat fee,
exist.
and you're told,
yeah,
that's it. That's all you're getting.
Yeah.
And in some cases, if, God forbid, no one buys a game that you're in, surely in certain circumstances a flat fee buyout might be preferable to royalties on the amount of copies of a game sold, unless you're in, for example, a Call of Duty or a GTA, in which case you were going to make bank off the royalties. Yeah,
I think I would always take a buyout. I think for the guarantee of... And I think because, the creative industries, as we all know, are very fragile. Just because you've worked one week doesn't mean you're going to work the next, because you might not get booked for work, or something could happen. And so having that money then, as opposed to maybe being like, oh, well, you could have a $5 from a game being sold in a year.
Right.
I would take the buyout every time, I think.
Sure. So it's a little bit like the stories we're hearing about Game Pass and certain developers making the choice to actually, give it away as part of Game Pass and get that guaranteed income from having it be on the service.
Yeah, I think it is very much a... Oh, you want?
Oh, I fell off. I'll go back.
Yeah, because I'm sort of confused by Game Pass at the moment, because I've seen a lot of developers being like, oh, well, it's great because it's getting our games to an audience that they might not have reached previously. Mm-hmm. But then other developers being like, well, actually, no, because we're making no money from it.
Right.
And people saying, well, actually, it's killing the industry because you're not selling a game anymore. You're just giving it to Microsoft. So I'm not really sure how it works entirely.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Okay, I've made it over. There we are.
Beautiful.
Smashed it. Lornath, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, has a couple of questions. Two-parter. I'll ask you the first one first. What was your experience of Pinewood Studios like? Did you enjoy working so soon? Oh, let's go straight into a second question. What was your experience of Pinewood Studios like?
Oh. Someone's done their research.
I know. I saw that and thought, I didn't see that on his IMDb.
I'm impressed. Yeah, it's where we recorded Fable Legends.
Oh, right.
It was bizarre because that was genuinely... I had been out of drama school for a month and booked that. And another... There we go. Another adage to that, my agent at the time, I didn't have a voice agent. I had a general acting agent, and they didn't want to put me up for the job. Because in the casting, it said, we're looking for a role that's between 40 and 50. And I was like, well, vocally, I can do that. And they were like, yeah, but that's not your casting age. I was like, no, but voice is different.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, okay, fine, we'll put you up for it, but just this once. Did it and got the job, and they were like, okay,
Tobias just
fine.
smashed it. Like,
Yeah.
We got this guy. He's just out of school, and he thinks that he can play a 50-year-old, and then you can.
And they were annoyed, but they're like, fine. I
Well,
guess,
surely it's good for
guess.
them, isn't it? I mean, as much as having egg on their face for being proven wrong, they're gonna see the benefits of having one of their clients be
Oh yeah.
cast.
But then getting to Pinewood to do it, I think it was kind of a double-edged sword, because for me it was a strange thing of going, oh my god, I've graduated, I've done it, I've made it, I'm at Pinewood, and then 5 months after that, I'm like, I have no work, which again, it's just this industry. But yeah, it was an amazing experience, but very strange, because when I was there recording, it was when they were filming Beauty and the Beast.
Okay, the one
at the
with,
same time.
I can't remember her name now.
Emma Watson.
Emma Watson, yes, yeah.
And I remember being sat on a bench having a little cigarette, having just sort of like, this will calm my nerves. And Ian McKellen walking past.
Oh my god.
And going, excuse me, dear boy, you look nervous. Are you okay?
That's
And so we're like, yeah, I'm fine. This is my first job after drama school. And just him being like, you'll be fine. And then just walked off, and I was like, that's made everything okay.
That's so lovely.
Wonderful.
What an incredible person to you. Oh my goodness.
Bizarre.
How could you have possibly predicted that happening? That actually probably answers another question we've got in a minute about being starstruck. But we'll get to that. That's unbelievable. I'm glad to hear that he is a certified nice man.
Yes, yeah. I remember for years thinking, like, I really hope, because I have that so much of if I ever meet someone, like, I hope they're nice. And then you have people like Ian McKellen going, no, you are completely genuine, and I love you.
Oh, that's brilliant. Well, then, I suppose on a similar topic, actually, did you enjoy working so soon out of graduation was the next question.
Yes, I think partially because of the fear of the industry, because it's such a competitive industry, and when you're at drama school, you know, for your 1 year, there's 25 of you or more coming out, all trying to get work. And that's one drama school. So you then look at the fact that there's, 30-odd drama schools in the UK. So there's about 300, 400 actors at each time, just from drama schools coming out and being like, right, I want work now. So it is a very daunting thing coming out and being like, okay, it's the real world. So yeah, I think I was massively relieved to get into work so soon. But it was, again, a double-edged sword of just, because with Fable as well, they were slowly releasing the beta.
Right.
So they put it on Xbox, being like, oh, this week we're opening this bit of the level, this week we're opening this. So I was loading in every week going, oh, I'm going to be in it soon. And then it was literally the week before my barbershop in the game was to open.
Yeah.
They announced that it was gone. I was like, okay,
Oh, no.
that's fine.
That's devastating. And you said that there was a period afterwards where you weren't able to get booked for stuff, or you had difficulty with it.
Yeah, I had little bits of theatre work, and I did some Christmas shows in Cardiff and some Welsh language telly and stuff like that. But games just sort of closed off at that point, because I think I wasn't really aware of voiceover agents. Because again, when I was in drama school at that point, you were just told, well, stage and screen, that's the industry. You don't, nothing else exists. Again, because all of your drama school tutors are in their 50s and 60s and like, I've never heard of a video game. So yeah, it was a sort of aspect of the industry that was inaccessible at that point, and then took me until a few years ago to sort of make my way back round to it.
You're having a bit of difficulty down there.
How do climb?
I've just worked it out. I know that one of the buttons will tell you, but if you hold down L2 and R2 and sort of point it at the sky and lower it over the top of the thing, you'll mantle it. There we are. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, isn't it?
Interesting.
Well,
that makes everything so much easier.
Oh, there we are. Yeah, and then you just angle the camera down, and then you're up. Brilliant stuff.
Look at that.
Do you have any crazy stories from your time doing many varied roles and positions? I mean, obviously the Ian McKellen one that's got to be an all-timer.
Ooh. I don't know. What would be a crazy story?
Oh, there we go. Come on.
This one's a little bit harder here.
Yeah, I had to jump at a couple of them.
Keep trying. This is my streamer brain of being like, answer question, climb over ledge, come on.
I'm saving the most difficult questions for when you're really struggling, so that you
Excellent.
You just
I
shut
appreciate
down.
that. Crazy stories. I think one of the craziest ones that I suppose I just ended up feeling like a bit of an idiot afterwards was when I was studying in Manchester. They had the Manchester International Festival. And as part of that, there was an absurdist play on that had Willem Dafoe in it.
Okay.
And I was like, right, well, I'm absolutely going to go and watch that. And the show was Willem Dafoe as the lead. And then the other person in it was a famous Russian ballet dancer called Mikhail Baryshnikov.
Okay.
Who I was like, I don't know who this is, but was told he's very famous in ballet. I was like, okay. Went to go and watch it. It was one of the strangest things I have ever seen. It was basically this man doing ballet in the corner of the stage while Willem Dafoe just went, the clock is ticking and time is leaving. And it was that.
That sounds like a classic Willem move.
Oh, yeah. I just sort of went, didn't really get that. But then saw him outside afterwards. Like, oh, well, I've got to get the program side. And I went into awkward teenage boy moment of just regressing and going, oh my God, it's Willem Dafoe.
You were the Green Goblin, among other things. But
that is what I said to him. I literally went up to him and went, I loved you as Green Goblin. And he went, oh, okay. And signed the program and walked away.
He was doing his real arty thing.
Yeah.
You reminded him of Spider-Man.
Yeah. I was like, well, don't do that again.
Oh, that's great. Oh, can I make this jump? I think I might be able to make this jump, Let's see. Yes, just about.
Ooh.
Are you going for the rope?
I think I am.
Okay. All the best. I'm just going to watch from a distance, a nice safe distance. The El Dude Brothers asks, I've been looking to create a show reel to send in for roles. I'm at full stop. I'm not sure on the format or even how to begin. How would you suggest doing something like that?
Well, have I done this right?
Oh, there he goes. Oh, no.
Oh, I've got to get a swing on. Let's attempt
I might
this.
just fade your microphone up and down as you come in and out of view to really give the immersive. There he goes. He's getting there. Yeah.
There
Nice.
we go.
Did hit a cliff, still alive.
Absolutely. Where to start? I think the first thing is sort of understanding your voice, and where you fit within characters. Because I think a large part of this industry is a lot of people with wonderful voices being told, oh, well, I was told I've got a really nice voice, so I should be a voice actor. And that's great, but the main thing you need to do is be able to act.
Yes.
Because I think that is the thing. If you have a great voice, absolutely go for commercial work. Go and get radio work. Go and get, not saying you couldn't pursue acting work in games and stuff, but if you want to do that and you don't have any experience and you don't know where to start, take some acting classes. Like, get the understanding of the basics of it and reading emotion and different things like that. And then, are we pushing this off the edge?
I'm not entirely sure. I think it stopped naturally, and I don't really know why. I'm coming up now. Maybe we just jump in.
Yeah. And then, other than that, I think, understanding your voice and understanding where you fit in castings. Like, if you have... I'm trying to think of an example. Like, for instance, because I have a more deeper resonant tone, a lot of the time I won't be cast as, like, younger male characters.
Right.
So I won't be doing a lot of the anime style, like, lead roles in games, because that's just not where my voice sits. Whereas other people, that will be where they sit. So working out what your casting is... Oh, I did the run wrong. Is a great start. And then I've forgotten the question. I started answering it and forgot what it was again.
Putting together a voice reel
Yeah. And I suppose, just getting things written for you, or if you are from a writing background, write for yourself. Short pieces of characters, and then have variety in the reel. So don't just have yourself being 5 different types of knight and being like, there we go, I could audition for knights.
Yes, that's it. That's my knight reel.
I am knight coded. Have a variation and have things like, okay, well, if I could do a knight, I could do a creature voice, or I could do this voice and this voice. So work out different characters you can do and have a variety of different voices in the reel, including accents. If you can do multiple accents, that's great. And whatever you do when making a reel, start with your voice, because 9 times out of 10, you are going to be cast for your voice.
Right.
Over anything else, which I suppose is the way, if you look at a lot of voice actors who are working a lot at the moment, your Ben Stars, your Neil Newborns, they are predominantly cast with their voice in mind. So, I think that answers the question.
Yeah, no, that's a great answer. And of course, you said earlier on that while there are services that charge for that, you think they charge too much. And is there, I suppose, what would be a simple, if someone doesn't really know how to video edit or has, limited skills in that area, what would be the bare minimum that they would need to put on screen? Maybe like a headshot and then just the audio underneath, or
so most of the time, it's basically just like, to give basic advice, if you can get Audacity, download Audacity. It's free. It's not the best, but for the basic settings it has, it works fine. And you can edit in that, and it's relatively simple to edit in that. And then have that as an MP3 or a WAV file. MP3 is obviously smaller and easier to host on something. And then a headshot picture of yourself on top of that. And that is basically it. I think the biggest thing is basically somewhere people can find you. So if you can have a website, or if you have social media and you have that on there, then perfect. Because a lot of, for instance, in the acting industry, you would have your CV on a website called Spotlight, which is basically a casting platform. It's not the only one that exists, but it's the one that's predominantly used. But then a lot of the games industry don't use Spotlight. So if you have your CV on there and they can't access it, that's not helpful for them. So if if you just have an online CV with your voice reel on there and your headshot, that's all they need, really.
Right. I'm just going to take a moment, Tobias, to thank some very generous people who have subscribed and resubscribed while we've been chatting thus far. I am going to say thickness a lot, and I do apologise, but it is unfortunately what you signed up for today.
Absolutely.
Veraxis the Witch gifted 5 subs. Thank you so much. Welcome Magic Core, Ye Oldie Mark, Doshi9, Dark Angel 8605, and A Bomb Plays to the thickness. Welcome all of you. And Psylocke, thank you for the resub. 3 months. Beep boop. I am a robot subscribing to Mr. Potter. I don't believe that. I mean, I believe that he's subscribed, but I don't know about the robot thing, personally. I'm not sure about that. Ben, have you shown Tobias Ampharos? No, I haven't. And now that I've mentioned it, now that I've read that aloud without reading it ahead, I feel like I have to. How do you feel about...
Yeah, I have questions.
How do you feel about Pokemon in general?
I adore them.
Okay.
I have an office full of Pokemon cards and a Pokemon Silver box on my back shelf.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, well then, surely you are the target market for thick Ampharos, which was brought to my attention recently. I think you can sort of decipher what cursed image is about to go into your inbox, but I just want you to mentally prepare yourselves before you see it. Let me just find it for you. Here we go. I would like your sort of knee-jerk reaction to this, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh!
Yeah, what do you think of that?
That is a thick Ampharos.
It is, isn't it?
I have so many questions of... I mean, actually, do I need to question the choice of angle? I suppose it speaks for itself.
Well, yeah, I didn't make it, but I do have it saved, so... I will, this is your chance to ask me a question, but instead of actionable, helpful advice or interesting anecdotes, it's about this thick Pokemon.
I suppose my first question, where has this come from?
Oh, the internet, I think.
Of course.
Yeah. Someone sent it to me, and then I sent it to lots of other people, yourself included. So
It is beautiful. I mean, the detail on the shine is outstanding.
it's good, isn't it? It's a pretty good one.
I can't stop looking at it.
Shit. Well, I hope it's brightened your day a little bit, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
You went into today thinking, oh, this is just going to be another normal day. And then
And
you
I've
saw
left
that.
with a thick amphoros.
And you can, here's the thing, right? I don't know if you knew this, because I know you've been on a Mac for ages and now you're on PC. You can save that and you can have that. That's yours now.
See, now I just want to have that as my background, but with the Simpsons Maggie style board of do it for her.
Yeah,
It's just amphoros.
Do you still in contact with Ian McKellen? Do you think he'd be interested maybe in Thick Amphoros?
I'm sure I could contact his agent just with that image and no text and
Yeah. RE:important. Send him
thoughts?
that.
Question mark.
Thoughts? Would love to get Ian's thoughts on Thick Amphoros, please, if you wouldn't mind. When you get a moment. Chris said, Tobias mentioned drama school not considering anything other than stage and screen. Does that older generation, in quotes, perspective still apply within VA when it comes to games specifically? Is it considered a benefit to understand/like video games when doing voices for them, or does it not really matter?
That is a great question. I think it varies. I think you get a lot of actors who are from treading the board style, Shakespeare era.
Yeah.
And I say that with a caveat of I like Shakespeare, but I think there is that older generation of actors. Like, if you're an actor, then you're treading the boards and you're performing Hamlet, and that's your job. But I've not experienced it personally, but I've heard stories from directors of, and I will not name the actor, but an older actor they worked with, putting on a morph suit. And not morph suit, motion capture suit.
Yes.
Basically a morph suit with balls on. And just stood in a studio just going, what the fuck is this? What am I wearing? And oh, well, it's going to capture your movements and your physicality. Well, fucking film me.
Oh my
Use
goodness.
a camera. Just point it at me and go, that's not how it works, sir.
It's not like, obviously they're being brought on board for their gravitas and their appropriateness for the role, of course. But yeah, you would have thought there would be some sort of, like, they're almost like a questionnaire. Do you know what a video game is? Do you know what this involves? Because that seems like a sort of surprising reaction, really.
It's bizarre. But I mean, you kind of see it as well from younger actors now, of like Charlie Cox obviously doing Claire Obscure. But only doing 3 or 4 hours on it and going, yeah, I don't really know games, I don't get games. So I think there's the two sides to it. I think a lot of it is studios wanting names to sell a game.
Yeah.
And then the other side of it is they would prefer people from that genre or that medium who understand it better.
Mm-hmm. Oh. I'm fine.
I was hoping it would smash the glass. Oh, there we go.
Do I need to get in it? I think I do. I'm just building sort of a pillow fort. I'm not sure how to get high enough. There we are. I'd love to see a speed run of this game. It seems so imprecise that I wonder what the quote-unquote
I'd be
professionals
terrified
would do.
by a speed run of it, because I feel like I just watch it, spend the entire time going, how
did they do that? How did they make him do that? Right. To be honest,
strange
the
slabs
pillows
of fish finger.
Probably they were probably in the right place, weren't they? And we are
desecrating
it.
I think this was the correct choice.
Okay. Well, I'll go move the lever and see if we can get you in the bucket.
Get me in the bucket, coach.
Yes, that's it. Okay, here we go.
I do have a story of an actor that I think you will appreciate, which is
Dave
linked
Benson
to
Phillips?
voice acting. I do have a video of Dave Benson Phillips.
Good, good.
For similar reasons, I used to run a quiz with a friend of mine in a pub in Cardiff. And it was our generation of people coming. I was like, I think they'd appreciate a video from Dave Benson Phillips.
Mm-hmm.
And similar experience with his agent of being like, how much? And then being like, 20 quid.
It's insane, right? Especially as someone who actually has an agent, that must have been a very surreal exchange.
just sort of like, if my agent did that, it's like, yeah, he'll do it for 20 quid. I'm just like, you represent me.
Yeah.
Don't ask for more.
Yeah. It's really
think-
weird.
I'm in.
Oh, you're in. Oh, brilliant. Okay.
I don't know if I can get out. But no, it's about Mr. Brian Butterfield.
Okay. All right. Are we talking about Brian? Are we talking about the man who looks like Brian called Peter?
A bit of both.
Okay.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Excellent.
We went to go and watch Call of Now.
Yes. Yes.
And I ended up on stage.
Brilliant.
With my suggestion of booing gum, the chewing gum that scares you.
Okay. Good.
And he took that to mean something else. Where I got on stage like, so I could see here that you've written booing gum. And is that chewing gum that makes people boo at you? And I was like, no, it scares you. It's scary gum. So like, no, I think it's boo. I think we should all boo him.
Oh,
everybody, boo! Cue a theatre of hundreds of people booing me on a stage and be like, oh, this is a terror dream.
How did it feel
happening?
to sort of confront that fear without any preparation? Because I imagine for most people getting booed on stage, regardless of whether or not they were performing, would be a pretty terrifying and upsetting thing. But for you as an actual actor, that must have been presumably the first and only time you've been actively booed on a stage, right?
Yeah, it hit home in a way I wasn't expecting, and just sort of looking out into the new theatre in Cardiff, being like, oh,
They hate me.
I have to leave now.
Oh no. Well, I'm sorry you had to go through that. I'm glad though that you managed to get some FaceTime with our Brian. He's
Oh yeah.
were his cheeks peeling off from the humidity when you met him? Because they were.
The
when
cheeks
we
were, but the
did.
top of the wig was beginning to
Yeah.
crop and just sort of peek up.
Brian does. He sort of has a habit of melting. We don't.
Yeah.
It seems the Butterfield technology has not progressed far enough to. The embalming process isn't fully complete yet.
But he has creeped into any Space Marine stream that I've done, where myself and the other actor Shogo will. Just the idea of Butterfield as a Space Marine fascinated us. So just they're going, yes, brothers, we must do it for the Emperor. And just having that for an hour and be like, no, that voice that he has created is endlessly funny.
He's just such a brilliant character. By which I mean, of course, businessman.
Yes.
And I think he would make a great addition to all sorts of walks of life, especially in terms of different fictitious universes. And he would be just such an unbelievable liability in every single one. That each scenario, while it would always end in disaster, I'd love a front row seat to see it play out, you know?
Oh, it'd be so good.
What's around the back here? Nothing. Okay.
Yeah, I apologise. I spent the last 5 minutes trying to break a window with
That's
a fire
all right.
extinguisher.
How did you get on? Did you break it?
I'm through.
Brilliant. I'm not really sure what I meant to do next.
No, I don't know if I meant to try and get you up here or around here.
There's a wall here and an arrow pointing at it. I think we smashed this wall, but I'm not sure how. I'm not sure how we do that.
Oh, there is a crane on the other side here.
Okay.
With a wrecking ball.
Oh, that seems promising.
Would that reach there?
I'm going to try and hit it with this. I don't think it's going to do anything, but I'm going to give it a go. Here we go. Oh, well, all right.
Incredible.
I'll continue down here. You stay up there then, I suppose. Probably should have tried
I love that after all of that, it was just that.
I just needed to bonk the wall. It wasn't even that hard. There we are. Excellent. Dr. Fett says, Tobias, you mentioned working on an audio drama. Would you consider working with Big Finish, who primarily do Doctor Who audio dramas?
Yes. If you know them, that'd be lovely. Yeah, I would adore to work with Big Finish. I am a huge fan of Doctor Who and that world. Especially living in Cardiff, where it's constantly filmed and going like, oh, that would be nice. Yeah, no, I'd love to. So if you know anyone, then
Hook him up.
Yeah,
Get on it. Oh,
I
maybe I need to use this.
I don't quite understand what the relevance of me being up here is.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I just need to make my own way across now, and then we can. I don't know why we separated at all, really.
No.
Oh no, this is moving. Okay, I can use this. Was
I
it
wonder
moving?
if I can.
It's just rotating. Well, that's not very
Can I
helpful,
send
is it?
the ball over?
Well, there we are. I'm moving it now. This is great. Molly says, question, compared to theatre where you're acting opposite someone, how difficult is it to act opposite either someone in a different building or even a silent protagonist?
Ooh, great question.
Do you have people feeding you lines? I assume
Yeah,
you do.
it varies on the director. So there are a lot of directors who will give you a read. So I think you need to jump on the ball from
Yeah,
that.
I'll grab it. Hang on. Here we go. Oh, Jesus. There we are.
There it is. There
Fingertips.
It is. So yeah, there will be directors that will give you a read, which is helpful and not helpful. It depends on the director's acting.
Mm-hmm.
But then a lot of the time, yeah, you will just be reading to silence. It varies. I think if it's a high intensity scene, it's okay because you're just shouting, or it's aggression, or if it's combat, you kind of forget about it. If it's an emotional connection scene, that can become quite difficult because you don't have, the other person's energy or emotion to play off.
Sure.
Any job I have done where you are acting alongside another actor is better. I've found you just get a better experience or better performance. For the audio drama Camlan I did, we were all in studio together, the entire cast, and you can just hear the difference,
Right.
Because you can hear that the breath is different, or reacting off the other person it's just more naturalistic or more real. So yeah, but a lot of the time it is just cost. Like, they can't afford to get all actors in the same space together at the same time.
Sure.
So they just can't make it work. And a lot of booths are only big enough for one person, so it's just not feasible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do prefer it. I think 9 times out of 10 I prefer it.
Do you have a home studio setup, or is that purely for auditions? And you would, I mean, obviously it's probably going to come down to the client's desires at the end of the day, but do you often find yourself recording from home, or is it largely you there's a studio space in town that you'd go to?
It varies. So most of my work is London.
Okay.
With the studios being based in London. Oh no,
I'm fine.
don't fall.
Oh, yeah, I'm okay.
But there's the odd one. It depends where the game studio is based and whether they're doing it through an external studio. So, for instance, where I did Space Marine, studio called Pit Stop Productions, which is the same studio that did Black Myth Wukong and Baldur's Gate 3. So they will have the games teams dial in and we'll record in studio. But then for Game of Thrones Kingsroad, the studio that was making that was LA based. So I recorded remotely, but then with the developers being in South Korea. So we had to record that 12 in the morning till 4 a.m.
Oof.
to make it work.
That is a tough time of day.
Yeah, especially so I do have a recording booth, which is basically an airing cupboard that I gutted.
Right.
And I'm just realizing that I think I need to smash this wall with the crane.
Yeah? Oh, possibly.
Or do I?
Yeah.
I suppose we don't need to. Cause
We've made it over here now.
Yeah.
There is a button down there, but I don't know what it does. That lever over there.
I'll tell you what, I'll go to the button.
Okay.
So yeah, recording that with the... Oh, no! Okay, I'm going to smash the wall, I fell. That's fine. Yeah, the booth is right next door to mine and my partner's room. So them hearing me shouting or making effort noises of climbing a ladder at 3 in the morning is not the best experience for them. Or my neighbour.
Yeah. And for people who would want to like set up a little home booth or something, I very flippantly and simplistically say, so it's as simple as just, gutting out an old airing cupboard or something? What's the process involved in that? Obviously you need a decent mic, you need some sound tiles. Is there any like a heavy curtain? Are there any sort of low budget ish? I know that there's going to be an investment involved, obviously, if you want to get serious about voice acting, but like, are there any sort of low budget hacks you'd recommend for people?
So starting out, when I've done workshops and stuff, I recommend to people get an affordable mic, because I think a lot of people will try and go in hard and there's no guarantee of work.
Right.
And I think I never want to tell people, yeah, invest 800 quid in a mic and a computer and all this without, you could then go a year or two and not get work.
Sure.
So it's really difficult. But I think if you can get even a second-hand microphone, tear it down.
What did that do?
Oh, it's on. It was on the button. Is it on the button? There we go. It's opened that door.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like just try and get even a second-hand microphone like CEX, or as the adverts have now been telling me is called Sex.
I refuse to call it. I won't.
I don't like it. You can get like Yeti microphones and Bluetooth microphones for relatively cheap. And I think I think Yeti microphones are a little bit better quality than ones you can get for 10 quid.
Right.
So things like Yeti or Rode USB microphones. And if you want to start off, definitely get a USB one. Like the one I use is through a XLR cable into a... it closed again. Into a... I can't remember what the device is called. A Focusrite Scarlett box. An interface.
Yes. Yeah, it's sort of a USB. It makes it talk to your computer.
Yeah. Oh, I think I pull the switch this side now. Is that? No, that's the crane. That's not done anything. Oh. Maybe if I stand in between the doors.
Yeah, is there a box or something? If I sacrifice my body just to keep it
Yeah. Yeah, there's no box. If I go here, let's see if this works.
Okay. What a hero.
Oh
no, I can see a bit of it.
It didn't work.
Tobias, no. Let's see. There's got to be something. Go find. So yeah, an XLR-based microphone is also an option.
Yes, yeah. I think when you're looking at spending a little bit more, then that's when you start looking at that, because it is just better quality and you can control the gain more, and yeah, you can just adjust what you're doing in session rather than just going, this is the setting, stay at that. And then, yeah, I think as long as you've got some sort of soundproofing. When I first started out, before I had the booth, I would literally get a duvet and some pillows, make a pillow fort. Oh, I'm free. And then I'm going to see if I can put this between the doors.
And that would dampen the sound enough to...
Yes. Yeah, so it's just basically getting some form of dampening.
Oh, what?
Oh, it doesn't like it.
Oh, that was weird.
There's a button here. Let me see if this... Nope, that's doors over there.
Okay, I'll keep searching. I'll see if I can use this box over here.
Yeah, it's basically just do it DIY until you can afford to do it better, I think is the best advice I can give.
Damn, what am I doing wrong here? What's going on here? Oh, there we go. Oh, no, okay, that wasn't quite enough. Right, I'm slowly piling up debris on the thing.
There's cheese in game?
I've got all of the brie, and... Yeah, that's probably not how you're meant to do it, but my God, I'm going to brute force it, so that's...
Hey, if it works, it works.
There we go. If not, though, I'm being told that you should put something behind the lever to wedge it in place. So if it eats this box, which it may well do... Oh, fucking hell. Come on.
Farwall, you are absolutely correct. You must moisten the sound.
Yes, that's it. That's how you get work. Wet sound.
That's how I email all casting directors going, hi, I have the wet sound that you're looking for.
Is that hot, wet sound you were looking for? Okay, I'm bringing a box up, and then I'll try the lever again. We'll give it another go. I'm just going to scroll up, because there was a question there that I saw that I didn't get the opportunity to ask. Elmat Neriko, Tobias, how often do you watch or play something, hear a voice, and think about how you would have done that character differently? Or, and I'm adding this, better?
Ooh. I would say not very often. I think it's when I realise it's something I've auditioned for.
Right.
And I sometimes go, oh, really? Oh, okay. And
so that's the direction. You wanted to make it worse, did you? Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
but it's very strange as well, because what I will say, in comparison to the theatre and screen industries, I have found the voice industry so much more supportive of each other.
Okay, that's
than
really nice.
So many other industries. I have a group chat that we have every Monday with a group of other voice actors that's called an accountability group, which is basically just checking in and going, what is your plan for the week? Are you going to email people? Are you going to work on your voice reel? Are you going to audition? And then the next week, you will check in with that person and go, did you do it? Because I think the hardest thing of the creative industries is making yourself do the work when you're not earning a living.
Right.
Or you're not earning anything from it. So, which I've never known in any other industries, of like a lot of other aspects of the creative industry can be selfish.
Yeah.
And I think it's not necessarily even intentional selfishness. I think it's just the fear of, but I want that job, so I can't tell anyone else about it. Whereas so many other people I know in the voice industry are like, oh, I think you probably fit this as well. Here's the audition. So it's a lot more supportive. But with that, yes, there have been times I've heard it and gone, I think I could have done that better.
And you were saying that recently you went to, what was it, Develop Brighton, I think? You were saying that, interesting that you bring up that that accountability group and sort of running in the same circles and looking out for each other. You say that's a good place to get work. What would you normally do at, say, an industry-focused event? Would you schedule meetings or just hand out business cards, or what does that look like for you?
So there's a variety of options. I think you can schedule meetings, like they have the option to like meet developers or casting directors if they have availability, and you can just have a 10-15 minute chat. You can take business cards. I think my main advice, be gone, box.
I'm done with that.
My main advice with, if you ever go to anything like that, is don't push it.
Right.
Because I see a lot of actors going to those events and just sort of overwhelming people and just sort of going straight up to, because again, I think most people in the creative industries are anxious beans.
Right.
Because you put a lot of yourself into the industry and you're sort of like, you know, it's a lot. So I think even casting directors are very anxious people.
Yeah.
So if they have multiple actors at a conference just coming up to you being like, oh my God, can I get work? Can I show you this? Can I show you this? It's very overwhelming.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So I think don't be... So I think we need to pull the switch the other way to get the box over.
Are we bringing it over here, or are we taking it through that door? Because I can press
bringing
on this.
it over to you.
Oh, to put on the
that
button.
switch.
Well, that makes way more sense. I'm really glad I brought that box all the way here and then threw it away when I could have.
I didn't want to say anything.
Absolutely undone us there. Right, there we are.
But yeah, I think the best thing. Oh, it's so close, so close. There we go.
Perfect.
And I think we can just jump from here. Yes.
Oh, nice.
The biggest element I found is just socializing.
Yeah.
And then you end up meeting people through that way. Mm-hmm. Especially because so much of this job can be quite isolating. Like if you are recording from home constantly, I imagine you have a similar thing with streaming. Like a lot of the time you are solo working. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, you're not with anyone else. So having those kind of events to go to and just meet other people in the industry is just quite nice.
Sorry.
Oh God, I wasn't sure what happened there.
The golden nuggets have arrived. It's time for breakfast. But yeah, I get that. Yeah, so you do want to make those connections and be there for each other.
100%. And I think, yeah, it is just a really lovely, supportive industry. And I think, we're throwing them.
I think so.
Jump. This feels like this shouldn't be working.
No, it doesn't, does it?
The more I play this game, the more I think every second that I understand it and then don't.
Yeah, it's the solutions it's giving you sometimes feel like they're not right.
Yeah.
I've definitely done a couple of things so far that I probably shouldn't have done, but that's fine. So, are there any? Are you sort of? Oh, careful! Oh no! Oh, Jesus!
I live here now.
You were talking about how you often just sort of crumbled of its own accord. You you record voices for games and then you're not entirely sure that they actually release because they're often under code names, that sort of stuff. Are you aware of any at the moment? I'm not asking you to obviously break any embargoes or anything, but have you worked on any games that are due a release soon and you're aware of what they are?
Yes. So let me check my notes because I wrote this down for myself because
Do
my
not
brain
talk
gets
about this
so
game
leaky.
until August.
Yeah. So I am in currently 4 games coming out this year
That's amazing.
and 2 next year, I think. One of which I am very excited for. And I was about to say the date, and I was like, no, that
Not allowed.
gives it away. It is bewildering the amount of fun fact for everyone. You have to sign an NDA a lot of the time before you even audition for a game.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot even say that you've auditioned for it
Yeah.
because it's all that level of secrecy, and it's like, this is very strange. Was this the right choice?
I don't know. I've broken some more glass, and that always seems to be good. And you know what? I'm just going to die.
Hey, if it
I'm
works,
just
it
going to
works.
fall and die. That's fine. So how long... That was a bad landing. How long do you often find yourself... I mean, I imagine it varies massively, but in my very limited game voice acting, sometimes I've recorded something and it's taken... the game ends up releasing just over a year and a half later, and then other times, in very isolated examples, it's been like 4 or 5 years before the games actually end up coming out. What's your experience on that sort of turnaround in assuming it's not cancelled, of course, when you sort of tend to find out about stuff?
Oh, I don't think I was supposed to push that down yet. Oh. The bridge is gone.
Oh, that's fine. I didn't. You know what? I hated that bridge, so fuck it. I don't want it. Oh, I can grab this. If you can move it again. I'm holding on to something.
So I pushed the crane ball down.
Yes, I've got the crane ball.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Maybe there's something in here. There's a box. There's glass. Good. That's not helpful.
Just going to start swanging.
Oh, okay. I think if I put the box on the thing, that should open up the other side. Yeah, it massively varies, I've found. And I suppose it depends if stuff gets delayed. Like Space Marine, I recorded on that a long while, because that was delayed in release. Mm-hmm. And that was a strange one, because that was so early in my career. I was like, I really want to be able to talk about this so I can start, developing a name.
Sure.
To be able to possibly get more auditions or whatever. And yeah, it was then delayed by, I think, a year nearly.
Right.
So that was quite a while in advance. It varies. It really does vary. I think it depends how big the studio is a lot of the time. Like, I've found indie publishers tend to take a little bit more time or try and get into the process slightly earlier with voices. Mm-hmm. And I suppose it depends. There was one I worked on yesterday that was matching vocals to animation that was already done. Whereas other times it'll be, you'll give the voice and then they'll have the animation.
So when you're just sort of starting out, or even if you're not, I suppose, especially in the case of Warhammer, as you said, it can be quite a challenging thing to have to deal with when perhaps potentially your biggest role is a secret for so long. How did that impact your ability to find work? Were you just sort of advertising based on the voice reel you already had, or were there other roles that you were able to talk about at all?
It was weird, because I think that was the beginning of me trying to sort of make connections in the industry and stuff like that. And at that point, I would be meeting casting directors and they'd be like, "Oh, so what have you worked on?" I'm like, I have done stuff, I promise.
Yeah.
Because I just couldn't tell them. So a lot of it was just continuously sending the voice reel and sort of going like, "I've worked, but I can't tell you about it yet."
Right.
I think. Where are you now?
I'm trying to come back round to see if I can maybe jump over.
I think if you throw yourself off the edge, it might bring you over here now.
Oh, okay.
It's just a saving thing on my screen.
Oh, brilliant. Well, I'll try that then. Let me just see if I can. Optimistic. Yeah, that was optimistic. Can I cheese it? Will you let me cheese it? Debris. Here we go. Come on. There we go. Come on. Come on now. That's the stuff. Nearly there. Oh, shit. Hang on. This is going to work. Come on. No. Oh, fuck. Right, I've fallen. Right, let's see if I respawn with you. It's a yes.
There we go.
Perfect. That's definitely how that's meant to be solved. Okay, let's see.
Oh, no, other way.
Whoa!
Oh. There we go.
Oh, nearly grabbed onto that. So I think maybe I need to swing across to that now potentially. Narcism Life. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to ask a question for you. How have you found your experience of? You were saying there's some projects that you've worked on. How have you found your experience in voice acting?
Terrifying, absolutely terrifying. Because I'm not a trained actor by any imagination, but I have made a career of being a prat and sometimes doing silly voices and embellishing certain aspects of my personality potentially, which it's not the same as going to drama school at all, but at the very least has managed to land me a couple of minor roles in a couple of games, which has been the privilege of my life, because I love video games, and I've always felt the allure of voice acting, like so many people do. It's a thing that a lot of people would are really interested and keen to get into. But honestly, I was just terrified. All I remember is just being really frightened. I did one in a studio that I was shot on blue screen, and I was a newsreader, and I had to read off an auto cue and stuff. And they did my makeup and everything, and I've never experienced that before. And it was really it was so. I managed to settle into it after a while, but I just find it so. Afterwards, I feel so accomplished, and I'm really proud of it. But in the moment and on the lead up to it, all I am is just nerves, just nerves all over the place.
If it makes you feel any better, that never goes away.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Well, that sort of makes me feel better. But
I had to be told by a director, because I remember coming in for a game, and it was, I think, the third game I'd worked on at that studio, and he was like, "You're right. You look a bit anxious." I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm just anxious, because I have the imposter syndrome constantly of being like, well, I shouldn't be here. There's been a mistake. I shouldn't be here." And I'm going, well, no, look, I've cast you in this. You're meant to be here. So I think having that person sometimes, just with the reinforcement of going, look, no, you are supposed to be here, is quite nice. And just going, thank you for saying that, because now that part of the brain can be shut off.
I suppose maybe the distinction for me is that I do feel that I shouldn't be there, and perhaps the imposter syndrome is justified because I haven't auditioned for the things that I've gotten. It's people who either know of me or that I've worked with in the past. Like I did some, as you were talking about, commercial work, like trailer voiceovers and things, and they were like, "Oh, would you like to be in this next thing?" Which, of course, the answer is yes, I would love to.
Yeah.
And so I feel like then when I'm sat there with my makeup on, ready to deliver these lines, and the night before I haven't slept a wink because I'm terrified, I really do feel like you could have, like, I'm not a professional. You could have got someone else in here who knows what the fuck they're doing. And thankfully, I think, they've all made the right noises in the moment and afterwards as well, of like, "Oh yeah, you were great. That was really good. We'll keep you in mind for future stuff." But then, there's always a part of you that thinks, were they telling the truth? Or you hear yourself back and you think, oh man, that's me. Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, I've had that with several roles where I just listen to stuff and go, did I make the right choice there? Was that? But then also I go, because a lot of the time you do several takes, I'm like, I don't know if I'd have gone with that take.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I suppose it's that trust of going, well, I guess they know what they're doing. They know what they want. I hope they're telling the truth.
Yeah. Just sort of have to have to. I mean, you got paid, and that's
Yeah.
the victory. You're in the credits. That's the victory. You're in there, and then you can add it to your portfolio and hopefully find more work off the back of that.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
this
And
is-
I will say... Oh, God.
No. Please go ahead.
I was going to say, like, you were saying about having not, like, done acting before or gone to drama school. That is not, as much as I said previously about have some acting experience, it's not the be-all and end-all. I think
Yeah.
some of the best actors that exist haven't gone to drama school. And I think there is such a thing in the industry of going, well, the career progression is you do youth theatre as a child, and then you go to drama school, and then you graduate, and you do this and do this. I think some of the best actors that have ever worked have not gone to drama school. I think some of it is just an understanding or getting experience doing different stuff. So I think anyone that wants to get into this and hasn't done that, don't worry.
It's good. It's good advice, and it's definitely it at least rings true in a very small capacity for me, at least. But I do find myself, and we've spoken about this sort of off stream beforehand when we first started chatting a few weeks ago, or a couple of months ago now, I suppose. That I find myself in a bit of a strange position now, where the people I know who have given me voice work for games, they're either focusing on, you know, post-release stuff for that game, or are certainly nowhere near ready to cast for anything they're doing next, if indeed they would want me back after my despicable performances the first time around. And so I personally have found that, actually, speaking on, you know, your experience getting an agent and stuff, having an agent is a big deal, because it's very difficult, in fact, unless you know the right people or you have an agent. It certainly seems to me, from my experience, that you just don't hear about auditions or roles. You really don't, unless you get headhunted for it, which is very unlikely, and I've been very lucky. You just, having an agent is invaluable to point you in the direction of stuff, because otherwise you'll just never know. You'll never hear about this.
100%. And, like, you know, I have heard casting directors say, because I remember going to workshops before getting an agent and stuff, and them going, we send stuff to agents, or we will put stuff up on Spotlight, or we will do this, we will do this.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, they just won't put it anywhere else outside of agencies. And the reason they gave, which I understand in part, is to streamline the process for them. Because they were saying, obviously, if they put it in public, then it becomes, you know, hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of submissions, which I get. But what if in those hundreds of submissions you have somebody who's never booked anything, doesn't have an agent, and actually they're perfect?
Yeah.
So it's a really hard balance.
You do see it sometimes, the sort of public calls, like looking for males aged between 20 and 40 for an upcoming indie thing. Send auditions here, and they've got, you look at them and you say the 100 submissions, but it's like so many more than that, responses and likes, and you just think, God, the amount of people, the amount of people who must be applying for these things. Do you really honestly stand a chance unless you go in through quote unquote official channels, you know, with the with an agent and things?
I think 9 times out of 10 it will just always go that way. And I think, you know, there will be people who look at agents and go, well, you haven't got an agent, so I don't have any interest. But
yeah,
sometimes it's having those people who I think a lot of the time are actually indie themselves, be it casting directors or writers, who want to work with people who are just starting themselves. And I think it is just having those relationships. Oh, we're in a new area.
We are. Finally, we're out of that one.
Oh. It only took 3 years.
Well, I've got another question here for you from Larger Than Life, who says, did you find you had a penchant for accents growing up? I've heard screen actors / VAs say they had a natural instinct to mimic voices, and I wondered if that's true for you, and if so, whether that's helped your process. Now, before you answer, obviously you have recently played Jon Snow in a Game of Thrones game. And that, I would imagine, involves an accent.
Yes. So yeah, basically, I was the kid that just did voices. Like I grew up trying to mimic stuff on TV and mimic voices, and I think what was one of the 2 of the earliest voices I learnt as a child was doing Stewie from Family Guy and sort of going, yes, well that's that's the voice. I learned to do that. And then the X Factor voice
Oh, yes.
which is very weird, which is clears throat. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rachel Adedeji.
God,
And
Rachel Adedeji. Sorry, that was a great impression, but you just made me remember Rachel Adedeji. That's a weird...
Oh yeah,
Just took
it's
me
the
right
only
back.
name that gets you into the voice.
Yeah.
But yeah, so much of it was like finding those to copy and sort of learning to do that, and then going from there. And then accents was a massive thing. I've had a recent thing with accents that is a weird thing, but I'm attempting it. So I'm a Welsh speaker, and I have been recently attempting to speak Welsh in different accents.
Okay.
And having that as a thing. So there's a lot of characters I'll work on that'll be Scottish, have a Scottish accent. Ond wedyn, trio siarad Cymraeg gyda acen Almaeneg. And it just sounds weird, but for me, I was like,
That's
I want to see
fascinating.
if this is a thing.
Yeah, that must be a great sort of tool for sort of sharpening, really testing your accent, really, I suppose.
Oh yeah, it's been fascinating. But yeah, like I think it was like I love doing different accents, and I love just having those different characters. And I think there are certain characters as well that there are accents that just fit them, especially within games. You're looking at characters that are of the Command and Conquer or Red Alert-esque characters. They're like, well, they have to be in a Russian accent. They can only live in those worlds in my brain. So yeah, I think accents and impressions is something that I hold very dear, and hope to play more ridiculous characters that should be played by the actual actor, but they can't afford him.
Right, okay.
Which is why I'm assuming that Kit Harington didn't do it. Or he's busy. He's probably busy.
Well, what would Kit Harington sound like if he spoke Welsh? That's the real question.
Dwi'n siarad Cymraeg. I'm a winter and dod. I couldn't remember the word for winter.
Or Willem Dafoe, of course. If Willem Dafoe doesn't want to show up, you're there. When they do Beyond Two Souls 2, Souls Harder.
Everyone's clamoring for it.
Oh, yeah, I need it. And then they'll bring you in. Oh, God, I think I remember this. Do you want to get yeeted?
Oh, I'd love to be yeeted.
I think, which one do I press? It must be this one.
Right, let me get in the basket.
There we are. It's just a stream of you going... Oh, I think you turned the handbrake off, actually, accidentally there.
Oh.
You rolled forward slightly. Let's just... There we go.
Right, let's try this again.
Just a streamer putting Tobias in buckets, so... Okay, right, what do I do?
Plop myself down.
Is it this? Oh, off you go.
There we go.
Oh, no. Oh,
Was I supposed to break the wall?
I don't know. Maybe we should have sent you with a boulder.
Oh,
shit.
hang on. I'll make my way back.
Christ, now I've got to work
Give
out
me a
how to
little
crank
flat
this
cap
thing.
coming back from pit.
There we go. Wind that ever so slowly. Oh. It's just delightfully janky, this game. Oh, there we go. Nearly there. Right, we got it.
I do wonder how many updates this game had post-launch, and I hope it's basically none.
Yeah, it's perfect. But it doesn't work. Exactly. That's the whole point. It's not meant to work. Oh, nice. Oh, no. Oh, quite. We've picked the biggest boulder. Right. Fuck's sake. Get in, you bastard. There we go. Oh, you good? Oh, no.
Go.
Oh, no. For God's sake. Right, you know what? I don't want this boulder anymore.
There's trouble up mill.
There we go.
Oh, that reminds me. When I was at the Develop Conference, I met the creator of Thank Goodness You're Here.
Oh, yes.
Which is one of my absolute games of the year. And very drunkenly just spent the evening going, I just want to tell you, I fucking loved it. It's great. It's really good. And then turning to somebody he was with and going, honestly, mate, it's such a good game. Well done. And the other guy going, I mean, thanks. I didn't work on it, but...
Oh, no.
I was like, oh, who are you?
They must love to hear that, though, because that seems like a real passion project.
He was literally stood there, just like, no, honestly, keep telling me, like, I love hearing it.
It's great, isn't it? How do I?
Oh no!
Oh, nearly lost you. It missed. Oh, we're going to be here forever.
Does it need to be
Too
heavier?
close? I need to roll it back a bit. Oh god, I don't fucking know. Right, I'm going to crank this thing up again. Question for Tobias, if not too busy jelly baby manning around. Is the Welsh BBC scene as cool as it sounds? Have you run in many of the BBC circles out there?
Not really, no. It's quite a closed circuit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've worked with people. I used to write for an external bit of the BBC. Where they did I think they have them for different regions. They don't do it anymore, but they had BBC Sesh, which was like the online sketches.
Okay.
And I think they had one for Scotland as well. And I don't know whether it's good for me to be on that. Let's just see if The Rock makes it.
I'm trying to...
Oh.
Yes.
There we go.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Over the bridge. But yeah, they're not circles I've particularly run in. I've run in the S4C circles, which is the Welsh BBC circles. But no, I love how much there is made in Wales.
Yes.
That does make me very proud of being Welsh. With being a Doctor Who fan and everything else they make here now as well. And yeah, hang on, is this going to be a thing where we didn't even need to do that?
I think it might be locked on the inside. Oh, there's this thing. I don't know. Oh, God, actually, you can do this, but you have to maneuver this pick, and I don't know that I'm going to have the skills to do it. I'm going to try. Let's see.
I'll watch.
I can't even see. My man's in the way. I can't actually see where I'm pointing it. This is really hard.
That was right. That's it. There we go. Oh.
Come on. Oh, come on now.
So close.
He could let me in at any time. He just wants to see if I can do it.
Just have a lie down and watch.
Fuck. It's a stupid game. Let's grab that. Thank you so much. Oh, let go of that. Okay, now what the fuck is going on there?
It's like a salt block.
I think I can carry you over to that. If you get on it somehow.
Oh.
Can I grab the other one? Yes. Whoa. Yeah. There we are. I do love how they walk around with their arms up, like up. I want to go up.
Uppies.
Okay, I've got both of them. Let's take you over here. I assume. Oh God, it's a bit wobbly. What isn't? Nice. Very nice.
There we go. I love that. I just got an achievement called Climber.
Did you? Oh,
Thanks,
maybe
game.
you've climbed a certain amount of things.
Either that or it's going, well done, you've learned how to play the game.
Finally. It's only taken you an hour and a half. Well, I'm not sure where to go. I assume you just let me in somewhere.
I think so. I'm in a tower.
Oh, actually, I can probably jump up as well, you know. I don't know why I'm waiting here. My daughter literally does that with her arms up. Up, please. Father.
I
like to
used to do it to my partner, where I just walk towards them and go, up, and they go, please stop doing that in public.
Tobias, you're 30. You must stop.
I like to bring a certain level of chaos to a relationship.
Oh, nearly there. Oh, good.
So
and we don't even need to be up here, do we?
Yeah, no, this just went back around.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, well, fuck that then. I'm going back where we came from to see what else is up here. Methadrone asks, who has been your biggest fanboy moment over a fellow actor when working on a project, and what was the project? Obviously, we've heard about Ian McKellen, your brief interaction with him. Oh. Now, there may be some you're not allowed to talk about, of course, in which case...
Yeah, my brain's sort of running the gambit of like,
Because you must have been involved in some games or cancelled projects that had some pretty big names attached, potentially.
I suppose it would
that
be
you may
Fable
not have actually
Legends.
crossed paths with, but yeah, maybe
Fable Legends.
So
I know had
John
Ian
Cleese
McKellen
in
and
it?
Simon Callow, John Cleese, Nick Frost, and everyone.
Wow.
But yeah, never worked with them. I don't think there's anyone really that I've worked with in the space.
Mm-hmm.
that I've fanboyed over. I think the most I have ever fanboyed outside of work but connected to the industry was last year, at Comic-Con in London, getting to meet Billy West.
Okay.
Voice of Fry, among others. And just having that sort of moment of, you were who I listened to as a kid in an industry that I'm now a part of. Which was a really, really lovely moment.
That's amazing. What was, if you don't mind me asking, what was the context of you meeting? Did you bump into each other somewhere, or?
Oh no, I paid to meet him.
Oh, good. Okay.
It was the thing of going, he's here. I genuinely want to meet him.
I would like to meet this man.
But I'm now on the weird other side where I'm doing conventions and being like, oh, this is strange being on this side of it.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, I can't get up. There we go.
But any projects that spring to mind that you've obviously Warhammer's a big one that you've been in.
I don't think there's any that are like massive names to me within games that are people I've worked with. I think so much of it was working with people outside of the space, really.
Yeah.
Nothing comes to mind. No, I don't have a good answer for that.
He's
or
just
nothing
too
I can
cool.
talk about.
He's too cool. No one bothers me. When I walk on set, I'm the star.
It was definitely, I think, the director I worked with on Space Marine to begin with.
Yeah.
Because of knowing stuff that he had worked on previously.
Okay.
Oh, I made it
Like,
so far to be sent back.
This guy's a big cheese, as it were. Not to bring it back to cheese again.
This is becoming a very cheese-centric stream.
Oh, well, I just maybe cheese is just sort of very important, and I think, oh, for fuck's sake, why is this so hard? Ow. But yeah, so that director had worked on other things you were aware of.
Yeah, because they were the person that directed Baldur's Gate 3 and did a lot of voice direction on that, and
okay.
And yeah, like that studio. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, that studio's just gone on to sort of like do better and better and better. And they just announced that they did the Hellraiser game, which looks very intriguing.
Yes.
But yeah, I think more so than actors, I think it is directors, where I've just admired performances they've got from people or stuff they've worked on. There we go.
Do it backwards as well. No big deal.
Oh, I'm struggling with this.
I told you I'd be saving questions for the hardest part, so you couldn't focus. Question from Ben Potter. He would like to know if you've had any interactions with sort of the, I suppose I'm going to call them now, the new rock stars of the voice acting scene, that being largely people who've come out of Baldur's Gate 3, or indeed Ben Starr, who is in everything at the moment. Or are there things you're not allowed to talk about potentially in that regard?
I mean, there are people I've met at events. So Dave Jones, who voiced Halcyon in Baldur's Gate, and Samantha Beart, who voiced Karlak. Oh, I made it so far. I'm going to be sent back, aren't I? Yes.
Oh, good. No, Tobias, this was the easy jump.
I know. Yeah, I think that's it. I had a... Can I say this? No. I can soon. I will...
Fucking voice actors, man. You just can't get a straight answer out of them. It's ridiculous. And they're really good at acting too, so they might just be lying. You know, you never have a genuine moment with a voice actor.
Yeah. I don't actually work in games.
He's that good. He had us going for so long.
I just have back channels into IMDb to change stuff. That just saved, so I might throw myself off the edge and see if this is going to skip me past.
I think you will
the
zoom
hellscape.
over here. I'm about to open a shortcut anyway.
Yes.
So. Oh, actually, no, I need to break that lock.
But yeah, it's been mainly meeting people at events and stuff. So going, oh, I very much like your work, and them going, I don't know who you are, which is very fair.
But surely your star is only going to continue to rise as more of your games release.
I mean, hope.
I'm sure the answer is, of course, a resounding yes. When I say this, but what I'm trying to say is, I assume you are immensely proud, probably, of all of your work, as you should be. But is there a role that you have recorded that is yet to release, where you sort of think, oh, I think that might be that might resonate, that might get some people talking,
Sadly, yes, and sadly, it's on one that's cancelled.
Oh no! I'm so sorry. Just opened the wound.
No, I think it's not just the case for me. It's for several actors who are on this game that was just sort of like I remember the director saying to me, like, it's some of the best performances I've seen from all of you, and it will never see the light of day.
Oh, that's so sad.
There are, how to say this in a way, there are franchises that I've worked on.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm very excited to come out and be a part of.
Right.
But I think it's a strange one, because I think I love Space Marine and I love being a part of that world. But performance-wise, I wouldn't say I give the most versatile or emotionally varied performance, because they're Space Marines.
Right, I was going to say, that's sort of part and parcel of what Space Marines are.
Yeah, but... yeah, there is one coming out this year that I'm like, oh, do you know what? That's cool, and I am quite proud of that performance.
Mm-hmm. God's sake.
But I can't say.
Well, I'm very excited to see what's coming our way later this year, because given there are so many games that are due to release with your voice in, there's a good chance it's going to be one of my or one of the chat's favourites. A game that they're looking forward to potentially.
I hope so.
I'm sure it will be. Yeah. And then I'll have to get you to sign my copy. And tell you how much I enjoyed you in Space Marine. Not Spider-Man. Space Marine. How the hell did you get up there?
I've been board hopping.
Oh.
And then falling. I don't even know if it's the right way.
I think it is.
Ooh.
We're meant to be getting stuff to get through that. I think I put that there so we could jump along the houses to get up onto here, but I don't really fucking know what it wants us to do at this point.
I think, do we need to put it between the bridges?
Oh, good point. Probably.
No, that's the wrong angle.
Tobias was nominated for an award for his Space Marine voices. Is that right?
I was, yeah.
That's amazing.
The One Voice Awards. Thank you. Yeah, which was quite nice, but just very weird, because it is just that thing of like, I am proud of this, but acting wise, I look at it and I'm like, but I'm not doing. I suppose I'm doing something. I don't know. It's a weird one.
Right, hang on. We've got a couple more questions here. Have you had any strange or sweet fan interactions on the other side of the table at conventions?
Yes. One of my favourite... Well, I did the Cardiff Anime and Gaming Con last year, which was lovely, and it was my first experience of doing a convention. And somebody showed me their miniatures that they painted and asked me to sign one of their miniatures, which I absolutely loved, because it's somebody who obviously, Warhammer means a lot to them, which was really, really lovely. My other favourite interaction from that was another game I'm in. Is called Hydroneer, which, for anyone that knows of it, is like a mining simulator game.
Okay.
Which is this little indie game where it's like market traders and stuff, and I think it's literally, I play a character of you can trade things with me for money. It's literally one of those characters.
Right, yeah.
And I have the banner behind me listing everything I'm in. And all day it'd been people going, oh, Jon Snow, oh, Space Marine. And then going, oh my God, you're in Hydroneer. I was like, oh, yeah, I am. It's like, I bloody love that game. I was like, you are the first person I've met.
Oh, that's so
yeah,
sweet.
It's those lovely little indie ones that I'm just sort of like, it was lovely to do, but I don't know much about it. And then just meeting people who that is their game, which is just really, really lovely.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Look at my leg. What have I managed to do here? Oh, did I just take you out? Sorry.
Oh, no, I ducked in fear.
I don't know what I've done with my leg here. This isn't There we go. Right, we're up. Well, that's really nice. That must feel so satisfying.
Yeah,
Because there's a
it
game
is
for
really
everyone,
lovely.
isn't there? People cling on to, they find, they find their niche, they find their game that they're really passionate about.
And I think it is really satisfying because you could have however many franchises to your name in in your work, but then it will be that little one that people go, "Oh my god, I love that." I had that experience with I do a lot of workshops with young people in theatre, and I did one with a company called Mess Up the Mess that basically try and get young people who can't afford to be part of theatre groups into theatre. And I did one with them and Bernardo's, which was this charity thing. And a young boy, I think he was literally like 8 years old, came up to me and went, "You're Welsh, man." I was like, sorry? What do you mean? He's like, "Oh, you did my exam the other day."
Really?
I was like, what do you mean? And I had completely forgotten that 2 years previously, I had done filming for the Welsh language oral exams at school.
Oh, wow.
And it was the video of me going, "Oh, I don't want to get the bus today." I was like, I love that you know me from that.
I'm
not going to tell you. Yeah, I was like, do you know what? You probably play games. I'm not going to tell you about those. I like that you know that. That's all that matters.
Real Tobias Weatherburn fans know him as Welshman. That's amazing. Right, I've got a few more questions for you, Tobias. So I'm gonna read these out because I don't want anyone to miss out here. The Aldude Brothers says, "Is there a dream role or character that someone else got that you'd wished you could have done?"
Ooh. Oh, that's a great question. So I'm going to answer that with an answer that isn't entirely an answer to that.
Okay, great.
In that there is a dream role I would love to do in any medium, and that is Arthur Dent in The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Okay, yeah.
Because I absolutely adored the books and the radio series growing up, and they are yet to make a game. So if they made a game, I would love to do that.
That's going to make some people in chat happy. I know that we've got some Douglas Adams fans in there.
Oh, I adore him. Yeah, games wise though, I think Baldur's Gate would be one because I think when I started in the industry, that had just finished recording.
Yeah.
And I think it was just such a strange thing coming in at that point and going, "Oh god, that would have been cool. That would have been a huge thing to be a part of." But to be honest, there is one franchise, that's coming out this year that I'm like, do you know what? Actually, this was a dream since I was a kid to be a part of that I'm in. So, yeah, but role wise, I don't think there's any in particular. Donkey Kong. I'd love to have been Banjo in Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, okay. That could still happen.
Not under Microsoft.
You never know. Hell could freeze over. Well, that little tease of what you're going to be in later this year, potentially. I mean, I'm looking forward to running you over with my car in GTA 6. That's all I'll say. That's going to be exciting. Incredible. Stephen says, "Tobias, what's a franchise you would love to be a part of?" I know that was sort of what you were talking about there, but is there one in the future that you think, "Oh, I'd love to just be in that"?
Probably Star Wars. Just because I think that the games in particular have been incredible at just sort of opening out that world.
Yeah.
And even the ones that I've not particularly gotten into, like Outlaws, I enjoyed, but I think I got to a point of being like, I'm done with this now. It just got a bit boring for me. Have I done this right? Go barrel. No. But yeah, I think there's such a rich tapestry of the world of Star Wars in games that I'd love to be a part of in any capacity, even if it's just a stormtrooper.
Wasn't Daniel Craig a stormtrooper when they did The Force Awakens?
Yes.
Everyone was queuing up to be in Star Wars.
I think it was him and Tom Hardy.
Oh wow!
Played like stormtroopers in it was either The Force Awakens or The Last Jedi.
There we go. Now I can get up. Benson's J98 asks, "When did you discover a passion for voice acting, and how did that come about?" Again, I appreciate we sort of covered some of this ground already, but is there a specific moment where you thought, "You know what? I've been trained as an actor of all walks. I'm gonna give voice acting a go, or that's what I'd like to do.
That's a great question. I don't know if I've got a specific moment, really. I think it was just a thing that I think I'd always really, really wanted to do, but was never told it was a thing you could do. Like, because I've ever since I was little, the things I connected with the most were games and animation,
Right.
and I think voice stuff. So, but then being in drama school and being like, well, no, the only really voice work that exists is BBC radio dramas, and you will do that and nothing else. So it was never really a career option. So I think the second I realised it was possible, that's all I wanted to do. But it just sort of felt almost at arm's reach, like it was just there, but I didn't know who to contact or who to email. And
Right.
you know, I owe a lot of my stuff to my wonderful agent, and she is not just a good agent, but she's an incredibly supportive person.
And that's got to be so
which is
important
nice.
when you're
Oh.
putting so much of yourself into.
Yeah, it
into these
is
roles.
massively, and I think because I've had acting agents in the past who will just put you up for whatever,
Yeah.
because they're like, well, no, if you're making money, we're making money. You
Sure.
will do this cruise job. And I'd be like, but I don't want to do a cruise. I don't want to do these things. This is what I want to do. And they'd be like, well, tough. We're going to put you up
Dance
for this.
for
So
us.
they were, yeah, it was genuinely like for years being like, this is the work that's available, so you'll do this. So then, yeah, finally getting an agent who's like, well, no, like, what do you want to go up for? What would you like to do?
Yeah.
Was just really lovely.
How you getting on out there?
I thought that I needed to re-angle the barrel, but I don't think I do.
I'm not entirely sure where to go from here, to be honest. I feel a little bit lost. We are approaching time on the stream, so we will. This may well end up being the final thing that we do, whatever the hell it is. I think I'm just going to throw myself out of the tower. I don't know. I'm up here, but I don't know what to do now.
Yeah, I'm jumping off to see where it puts me.
Yeah, see where you end up. Jens Herman asks, what kind of special training are you doing to keep your voice sharp, if you're doing anything specific at all?
So
Any warm up before a roll?
Yes, always warm up. Main advice I will give to anyone: if you have a sore throat and you want to do vocal stuff, do not use soothers.
Okay.
Do not use medical lozenges, because all they do is coat your throat.
Right.
So you will carry on doing damage to your voice through the liquid and through the medicinal stuff.
I see.
Honey and lemon and ginger, constantly, and just basic vocal exercises of like scales and like all of that, and warming up the throat sort of thing. And a steamer. I highly recommend. Yeah, I've got a it's like a, it's not called a nebulizer. Is it a, what's it called? So like those steamers you can get for your face, like
Sure.
the ones they sell in Boots and stuff. It's that, but it's adapted to be for nose and throat.
Interesting. Okay.
So it basically, yes, humidifier. Thank you, Gonzo Noises. Yeah, so it's basically just a humidifier to keep your throat and voice hydrated and just sort of steam it and relax the vocal folds and all of that.
Right. And that's effective. That one, that you'd recommend that.
Yes, massively. They are available anywhere that does them, because that's not helpful. I think like Boots, Argos, Amazon, they're very, very affordable. They're like 15 quid. They're not expensive at all.
Right.
And yeah, just doing stuff like that daily, even if you're not attempting to do voice stuff, is great, because it just keeps you generally healthy. Because it's meant, like, currently I am still a bit bunged up after having a cold.
Right.
But the last 3 days I've been recording on different games, because using all of that, I can get myself to a place vocally where I'm like, no, it's still clean, it's still, workable. So it's being able to do that and look after yourself to the point where even if you are ill, you can still work to a point. Obviously, look after yourself.
Gotcha. And final question for you, Tobias, from the El Dude brothers. Bit of a negative one, but you can give us some gossip if you want. No, not really. What have you found to be the most frustrating part of your job? Obviously, it sounds like bit of a dream job for you. You really love it. You're having a great time. But is there a part of your routine where you're just like, oh, I'm not looking forward to this bit?
Ooh. So, 2 answers. I can give you routine, and I can give you while working.
Okay.
Routine is sometimes the distance I have to go. And it's
Right.
not distance in terms of, mileage, but living outside of London.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking hate trains, basically.
Yeah.
And the cost of them.
Yes.
Because I will often... So this week I was recording in London and the session started at 10 a.m. So I had to be in studio for 10. But I had to get the train at 5 a.m. The train doesn't take 5 hours, but getting the train at 5 a.m. means the train costs £80 less than the one that goes half an hour later.
For God's sake.
Because it goes via Reading and all of that bullshit.
Yeah.
So that's something I hate, the cost. Because, a lot of this job is well paid. But when you then factor in the cost of getting there and back and everything else, it starts to go, oh, is this costing me more than I earn? And then in work, I would say too many cooks. Because I have had experiences where I've worked with a wonderful director and a wonderful sound engineer, but the devs on the other end of the line also have an opinion on the performance.
Right.
But they are not from a performance background.
Sure.
So I think the thing they want... Sure, I'll give an example without naming names. When I did Space Marine, when we were doing the effort noises for swinging the Thunderhammer, the way I wanted it to go was going down on the sound. Going up on the sound, so we're going, oh, and rising at the end.
Yeah.
The dev we worked with in that recording said, no, it needs to go down. It sounds wrong. Don't do it that way. So they wanted it to be, oh. Right. And in my opinion, that just sounds like the Space Marine has run out of energy.
Sure, yeah.
So we went back and forth a lot, and it got to a point where I think the director looked at me through the glass and just sort of shook their head like, we're going to do it the original way. It's fine.
Just satisfy them for now.
Yeah. But I think sometimes that can be really good, because obviously the devs that you're talking to are working on a game from a perspective that you're not, and a lot of them understand the lore better and the world. But I think it's that thing of understanding roles within a situation of going, well, no, you're the director, you have the idea of performance, and then working collaboratively with the dev and going, well, no, within the world it needs this feeling. So it's finding that balance that sometimes doesn't get struck.
Interesting. And the whole traveling thing as well, I find it quite surprising that sort of travel expenses aren't built into a contract. Is it a case of if you do sort of dig your heels in and say, no, you need to pay my travel expenses, that it could potentially cost a role, and so you don't want to cause any unnecessary trouble, or is it just not really standard?
It's just not really standard. I've had it on the odd occasion that it has been covered, but that tends to be if it's like 24 hours notice.
Right.
Where they've gone, actually, can we get you in tomorrow instead of next week? And my agent will go, okay, well, you're paying for his travel. Because obviously then it's like on-the-day travel.
Sure.
But no, most of the time it's just not standard practice to pay for travel. And I think there have been times where I've considered going, actually, could you cover this? And then thought, they'll just hire someone that lives in London.
Sure. Yeah, I can see that being a problem. Why is everything in London? That's the real problem. That's what I know.
I've landed somewhere and it's just said it's saving, but I don't.
Oh yeah,
where I am.
I've saved it. If you hop off a cliff, you'll find me, I think. But
oh yeah. Oh
hello.
Oh, there we go.
Just in time. Well, Tobias, I want to thank you so much for not only being here but also answering all of our questions. That was really, really interesting. I hope people watching live and watching the VOD will have gotten a lot out of that, because I do know it's a vocation and it's a job that a lot of people are really interested in getting into.
My final bit of advice I'd give is, if you want to get started in the industry, work with people who are also getting started, because I think it's such a thing where you can collaborate with people and partly learn your craft, but also just meet other creatives. So if there's a writer that wants to get started on an audio drama, for instance, or just a creative project, work with them, work with the director, get your foot in the door with people that are starting out as well, because they will be the people possibly one day that are making stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the thing of support each other and then, make work together and enjoy it. I think definitely only pursue this kind of work if you enjoy it and you get satisfaction from it, because for the caveat of saying all of the wonderful things about this industry, it's fucking hard and you go through a lot of rejection constantly. So find the joy in it.
Outstanding. And I suppose this is not only are we all very excited to see your future games and what's coming out towards the end of this year and going into next year as well, but is there anything you want to promote right now? Obviously, we were intending to stream together and we haven't been able to do that. So
yes.
What would you like to shout out?
If you would like to give me a follow on Twitch, I try and stream when I can, sometimes Tuesday and Thursday evenings, and try and stream stuff that I'm in. So give me a follow if you'd like to follow. I think it's Tobias Weatherburn VO. I don't know.
I'm just getting a link to pop in the chat. Yeah, that is it. Here we are.
You can enjoy more of me trying to understand technology in those streams. If you're on socials, give me a follow on Tobias_Weatherburn on Instagram. That tends to be where I post about stuff that I'm in. And I will be posting there in the next couple of weeks about something, which is the thing I'm very excited about. And if you want to listen to anything that I'm in an audio drama that's releasing at the moment called Land's End, Shepherd's Tale, which is very good. I'm biased because I'm in it, but they've made a very good thing. I guess play Space Marine 2 and Game of Thrones. I'm not going to say all that. I'm not being paid to promote those games, but they're fun. They're fun games.
Yeah.
If you're ever at a convention, let me know. It'd be lovely to meet you. I'm doing the Game Con in Great Malvern on the 9th of August. And it's not been announced officially, but I will be at MCM this year.
Ooh.
So if you're coming, come and say hello. Who knows? In future, I may jump back on with Ben if you want to do more Jelly Bean Boys falling over.
Absolutely, I would love to. I would absolutely love to. Maybe in the future we can talk about some of these roles once they're announced as well. Have a bit more of a chat about those. But thank you so much again, man. I really appreciate it. And
no worries.
I will see all of you lot watching at home on Sunday, where I'll be doing an additional stream. But until then, thanks very much, everyone. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.